Hola, my name is Irene and welcome back to my channel. So this was not the video that I was planning to do today, but here we are. Alright, so unless you've been completely offline for the past few weeks, and honestly, lucky you, let me catch up with you and let me break the news for you. Trump got re-elected for second time. Yeah, this guy. And let me just say, this is not good news for anyone. I'm going to be real, so when I first heard about it, I was shocked, then I got sad, then I got angry, and no, I know I'm not American, I don't even live in the US, I live in the UK, but this is something that is going to affect all of us. The whole world. So the other day I found this video, I'll leave it here or I'll leave the link down below, and it shows the books that Trump's government is planning to ban as part of a project called Project 2025. And let me tell you, I was even more shocked than before, because this is censorship. Like, okay, we are not talking about burning books in the streets like they were doing in the 1940s in Germany, things like that, but it's still censorship. So the idea behind this is to remove these books from US public schools, from libraries, so people eventually forget about them and it gets more difficult for people to find them. So basically it's an attack to our freedom to read. And at this point I was like, okay, I have two choices. I can sit down and cry, or I can do something about it. And that's why I'm making this video. So now I'm going to reference Lina. So she made this video. I totally recommend it. I'll leave it in the description. She made a video about what happens when the bad guy wins. She was talking about the elections and yeah, like how no matter you wanted a different result, the result that you didn't want wins, and what to do next. Because let's be honest, this sucks. It's awful, but you have to keep going at the end, and you can fight back to however is right or available or possible for you. And for me, having here this channel, this start by talking about these books. I had a read through the list. There are more than 2,000 books in this list, which is crazy. So thousands of books they are going to be banned, or they want to be banned. And some of the titles, they are not surprising at all, and I think they are not going to surprise you either. So some of them are books like The Handmaid's Tale or 1984. So this isn't the first time that this happens. So in 2016, when Trump was elected for the first time, people was rushing to go to bookshops to try to find these books, to buy these books before they would be like impossible to find them. And I mean, it's for good reason, because these are two books that talk about, they are dystopian books, so they talk about a society that, let's be honest, is not very far away from whatever is coming up next year. Especially The Handmaid's Tale, where the main plot is women's reproduction rights and the control over the women's bodies. So yeah, that sounds familiar to anyone. But it doesn't stop here. So there are like 2,000 books and it hits many genres. So they are classics, more modern ones, and there are like a special target in diverse voices. So these are like some of the titles. A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, because yeah, we don't want women to think independently, do we? The Diary of Anne Frank, because yeah, let's ignore history, I guess. Beloved by Toni Morrison, too real about the slavery and racial trauma, I guess. Call Me By Your Name, because all LGBTQ is not for us. It's not something that we want people or kids to read. Homegoing by Gyasi. It talks about racism. No, we don't want it. Even Harry Potter and Twilight are in this list. Like, I don't know, maybe they are afraid of a sparkling vampire. I don't know what's the deal here, to be honest. This is something that not only is going to affect existing books, but also is going to affect the future publishing of books. Because if you think about it, if new stories don't fit this government safe mold that they want to make, and they are like more diverse voices on, or some books that they talk about more risky topics, the publishers are not going to bet for them. So we are looking at a massive step back on diverse voices. So that's like people of color, LGBTQ, feminism, and all the things that challenge the current society that we have at the moment. It's an attack to all the progress that we had so far. But yeah, as I said before, we can sit down and cry about it, or we can do something about it. Here's the thing, we can fight back. And you may think that fighting back means like something super crazy that none of us is capable or able to do, but it's not. Like, it can start with something really simple, and that is reading. They want these books to be forgotten, they want to be removed, they want to be hidden. So let's do the opposite. Let's celebrate them. Let's make banned books to be something cool that we all want to do. Because imagine if all of us read like one banned book from the list, or even if we create like a banned books book club. That would be amazing. And honestly, saying that you read banned books is kind of cool as well, or at least I find it kind of cool. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the list down below, so you can pick whatever you want to read next. But yeah, it could be kind of cool, like if all of us choose one book and yeah, read it, talk about it, and also reflect like why this book wants to be, why they want to ban this book. What is it about this book that makes it so dangerous, I guess? For me, I'm going to tell you some of the books that I found in the list that I had here on my shelves and that I want to read yes or yes right now. And I think now more than ever is more important that I prioritize these books and I definitely read them. One of them is Beloved. So yeah, this is highly on the list of banned books. So I know it's very important that I read this story. It talks, as I said, about the slavery, about racism. So yeah, now more than ever, it's important that we talk about these books and hear these voices because they have something very important to say. Also, well, this specific book wasn't on the list, but Virginia Woolf was on the list. I already read A Room of One's Own. It's one of my favorite books ever. I read it when I was, I don't know, like 20 something. It gave me like a huge impact in my life, and yeah, I can't believe this book being banned from libraries and schools because I think it's so important. So yeah, as I already read that book, I think keep reading Virginia Woolf is as important. So yeah, I have here Flash biography, but I also have Virginia Woolf's diaries that definitely need to listen of Virginia has to say. Other book that was in the list is Wild Swans by Yung Chang. So this is like a family story. So we follow 3 daughters of China. So I guess we follow a family, 3 generations, the history and the politics of China at the moment and how the society was there. So yeah, it's a book that they want to ban. So that means we have to read it. Before I finish this video, I was reading an article, like reading about this ban situation to try to get more information, and I came across this quote from Martha Hickson, that is a US high school librarian, and she said, let readers be leaders. I loved that quote. I think it has like so much power on it. I mean, reading banned books isn't just like an act of protest, I say. It's an act of empowerment. It's empowering the reader. It helps us understand like why some voices are uncomfortable for some people. Like as I mentioned before, like we have to understand why these voices they want to be shut. what are the stories behind them that make so important to listen to. So yeah, I suggest to make some noise, keep talking about these books, keep reading them. Don't make the world forget about them, because they are more important than ever. Yeah, let's read the books that they don't want us to read. Like, I find so weird that in 2024 you are not allowed to read whatever book you want to read. It makes us think of a scarier part of our history that I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to live. So yeah, reading these books will help you to educate yourself, to shape your critical thinking skills, and to open your mind a bit more. I'm sure about that. So drop a comment in the comment section and let me know which book or books do you want to read. Let me know what you think about the Banned Books book club. I think that would be like a cool thing to do if some of us want to start doing this. I mean, I'm definitely going to start reading more books from this list, for sure, and talking to you about them, that's for sure. I keep you updated on my progress. I think it can be kind of cool, like doing a video in a few months and going through the list to see how many I have read so far and how many I have pending. As I said, it's 2,000 books, so my TBR just went over the roof, but it's okay. We'll manage. But yeah, that would be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and especially this video that I think is very important. So let's turn this bad news into something positive, and yeah, let's keep fighting back with whatever we do best, that is, in this case, reading. Stay strong, stay curious, and I'll see you very, very soon. Ciao!